Coming up on Cardinals Insider, we check in with Nolan Arenado.
The mental part's really tough in this game, and I think when you don't have fear, it helps you play a little bit better too.
Plus, Southern Illinois native Gary Gaetti steps into the chatter's box.
I mean, I grew up, 70 miles from here, and the Cardinals were my team, and Brock and Gibson, McCarver, Shannon, and then being able to come back and play was just like fantastic.
And later,
I want to continue to play my game, fill the strike zones, let the defense work behind me, and do the best I can to win some ball games for the Cardinals.
Those stories and more ahead on Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Nolan Arenado is a generational player, a truly elite defender who also has pop in his bat. Nolan is the subject of this week's player profile.
Ground ball to the left side of the infield and a nice rangy play by Nolan Arenado. We've seen that before.
Hit to third and a great catch. Arenado leaping. Kept that one from going down the left field line.
This is going to be trouble. Arenado bare hands it, and he throws him out. It's another great play by Arenado.
Around to third, played deep by Arenado. Long throw, good stretch, got him. Wow.
I like the backhand. I like the backhand the most down the line. It's a harder throw. I feel like it's a better play to make, harder play to make. And obviously I love the double play. Any way you can get 2 outs is a great feeling. It's really important for me to make a good throw to second base so Tommy or Donnie can make a good transition.
Straight drive, deep left field, the ball is gone! Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
These guys are just too good, these pitchers are too good, and the elite ones aren't afraid. And you gotta match that, at the end of the day, you have to match that intensity. I'm not saying be all aggressive and rah, like that, but you have to be in control, aggressive, and confident. And I really do believe that because it's a long season and there's a lot up and down, and the mental part's really tough in this game. And I think when you don't have fear, it helps you play a little bit better too. I do enjoy the work of it. I do enjoy taking ground balls. I do enjoy hitting. It's tough when you start to struggle because then you're like, why am I putting all this work in? But it comes with it comes with the game. But I do enjoy. I love this game. I know I'm not gonna be able to play it forever, so try to do everything I can now so I have no regrets.
Alec Burleson is part of the loaded 2020 draft class. He's been in the Cardinals outfield mix all summer. So let's get to know him just a little better.
Welcome in. I'm Emily Stevens, and joining me is outfielder Alec Burleson. Alec, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with me before the game. 2020 second round draft pick, and now you've established yourself in the big leagues. What have you been working on to kind of get here and stay here?
Obviously honing in on my craft, but I think, like you said, it's taken me a little bit to kind of get comfortable, and I think I'm finally getting towards that and getting comfortable and, understanding what it takes to be a big leaguer and, just really having my cues and what I want to do and being comfortable with that.
What have you noticed or maybe picked up on from Arenado and Goldie when they're up to the plate?
They go up there with a plan and they stick to that plan. That's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you go up with a plan and they maybe your first at bat, they are not pitching to that plan, but at some point they're going to, and if you stick to it, you're going to, get what you want. And just watching them, talk about their plans and listen to what they want to do and listen to their routine.
What have you learned from Willie McGee, and what's it like getting to work with a guy like that?
Yeah, he's awesome. I fool around with him a lot and get on him a lot, and he pushes back a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. But kind of good. Like I said before, it kind of goes back to the routine. He's taught me how to have a plan with what I want to do for that day. If I want to focus on the infield, playing first base, but knowing what I want to do for that day as far as defensive wise, and early work's been great with him, and he's taught me a lot just how to understand the game on defense and how to kind of anticipate stuff. So he's been great.
I see you dancing a lot. I have a lot of great videos of you, by the way, a lot of good videos of your moves in case, if you want those. But how are you able to, goof off and have fun, but then also stay focused, when it comes to game time and let loose and but then also stay focused, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game. Like you said, it's a game, and, it's meant to have fun. Obviously, you're competing at the highest level, and, you're obviously, trying to win championships and stuff like that, but in the same breath, like you said, it's 162 games. You gotta, it gets long, and you gotta have fun, and when you have a good group of guys around you, that especially a good group of veterans that allow you to have fun and, bring some youth into the dugout. It's a lot of fun, and that's just me. I think, it's starting to come out a little bit. Like I said, as I'm getting comfortable, it's starting to come out. That's kind of the way I've been my whole life, and even when I'm not playing, I try and keep it fun and loose and stuff.
What do you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
I like to golf. A couple days ago, I got to go out with Wayno and a couple of those guys and play a really nice course. If I'm not working out or swinging a bat, I'm swinging a golf club more than likely.
That's a hard course too, by the way. I think you said you scored in the 80s. That's pretty impressive. How long have you golfed?
I told people I shot in the 80s. I might have not shot in the 80s. That may have just been an exaggeration, but
That's what you told me.
Yeah, I did tell you that, and I wanted to make myself seem really cool. But I kind of played a little bit growing up, and my dad forced me to golf right-handed, so I golf right-handed and swing a bat left-handed. He thought it would mess with my swing, but as I got older, I feel like it would have helped, so thanks, Dad.
So whenever I'm out there with my camera, you seem to give me some good pointers. You taught me all about the angles, and you want to be at a higher angle opposed to a lower angle, and I appreciate the pointers. I'm definitely picking up on those. I'm still working on my craft too. But I've also seen you on Bally's. You were interviewing Lucan Baker, future broadcaster, I see. Any interest in this broadcast world and possibly being a videographer? Because you seem to know what you're talking about. Whenever you talk to me about it, I'm impressed.
Yeah, maybe. But as of right now, that is not my plans. But I do know a little bit about it, so I may be able to use that in the future. We'll see.
Okay, cool. Then I guess I still have my job. Okay, thanks, Alec. Thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
When I broke into the big leagues in '82, I wasn't given a choice, but according to the rules, I had a choice to go flapless.
From Cardinals fan to Cardinals player, hear more from Gary Gaetti. Gary Gaetti is a product of Centralia, Illinois. He grew up rooting for the Cardinals before playing parts of 3 seasons in St. Louis. Gary joined Kyle McClellan on the Chatters Box last month to discuss his time with the Cardinals and his entire 20-year career.
Welcome back to the Chatters Box. My name is Kyle McClellan, your host, and today we are joined by Cardinals great and legend Gary Gaetti. Gary, thank you so much for stepping into the Chatters Box and spending some time here. We're around alumni all the time, and they always talk about just how they make you feel so great here and have a special day for you in the first pitch. I mean, what's that like getting invited back by the Cardinals?
I love it, absolutely love it. I love coming to the ballpark, and I was talking to the girl that worked the security entrance out there, and just telling her how much I love being back here, and just, I grew up, 70 miles from here, and the Cardinals were my team, and, Brock and Gibson, McCarver, Shannon, and just, then being able to come back and play, it was just like fantastic.
When you were here, I was a kid, watching you grow up, and man, when you walked in here, I was hoping you were going to have your helmet on with the no flap, right? I mean, you had the look. You had the look in the night when you were playing for the Cardinals. You were like the coolest look, but you had to be one of the last guys to wear the no flap, right?
I was the last guy, and it's kind of a funny story because when I broke into the big leagues in '82, I wasn't given a choice, but according to the rules, I had a choice to go flapless. And after I'd played 10 years in the big leagues, I petitioned the league. Bobby Brown was the president. I petitioned the league and said, hey, I will hold you harmless. I just want to wear the flapless helmet because I liked it, and my heroes had worn it, and I'm not worried about getting hit in the ear, and it was just cool. And the rules are the rules, but I'm saying Ozzie wore the flapless.
I was going to say, he was the other one that I remember had the flapless.
There are advantages to it. It's weird. I got hit in the head, but I never got hit in the head without a flap,
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Chatters Box. Thank you so much for listening. You can listen to all of our previous podcasts that we've done through last year and this season, anywhere you get your podcasts, on any platform. Check out the Chatters Box podcast, and thanks for listening.
Hear more of that conversation on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcast. The Chatters Box releases on the 15th of each month. It and the Cardinals Insider Podcast are also available at cardinals.com/podcast. For now, stay with us. There's more Cardinals Insider after the break.
You're in the club.
What club?
The club. The home run on the first pitch at the first at bat of their major league career and are also St. Louis Cardinals club.
Who else is in the club?
Just me and you, buddy.
The first pitch to him, Adam Wainwright has just hit his first big league home run.
On the first pitch he ever sees in the big leagues, Wilson Contreras homers to center.
Michael McGreevy was the Cardinals' 2021 first-round draft pick. He's pitching in Memphis this season, and he's the subject of this week's Farm Report.
Fastball goes up and in, 92 miles an hour, and it's the second strikeout for McGreevy.
You know, I didn't really change anything up too much with the lifting, but I did kind of really dive into my pitch design. I wanted to just make my sinker, my changeup, my slider, my curveball just better overall. I mean, you could always just fill up the zone, but you always want to make those pitches more effective, and just adding sink on the sinker, more depth on the changeup, more break on the slider, more depth on the curveball is always kind of something I wanted to focus on. And I went to Chapman Baseball Compound in Irvine with the entire offseason, really worked on that, some mechanical issues and stuff. So overall, in terms of pitching side of the offseason, went really well.
Swing and miss, first strikeout, goes upstairs with the slider to get the K.
So just kind of overall, just get like a motion capture of the body, see how the mechanics works, how much force each joint is kind of producing. So that was the first day. Then after that, you break things down a little bit, see the deficiencies, see what I'm good at, see what I'm not so good at, and then you just kind of go from there.
2-2. And there's strike three. That one at the top of the zone. Went back to the slider and gets his fifth K.
I want to continue to play my game, fill up the strike zones, let the defense work behind me, and do the best I can to win some ball games for the Cardinals. And wherever they put me this year, I'll do the job.
You've likely come to Busch Stadium more than once, but only see other ballparks on TV. The Cardinals are in Cincinnati this weekend, so let's hit the road and see what the inside of Great American Ballpark looks like.
It's one of St. Louis's most visited stadiums, the Great American Ballpark, here on the banks of the Ohio River in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. The Cardinals and Reds have been doing battle here since the ballpark opened in 2003, but two moments in particular really stand out.
One of the greatest catches in Cards history happened right here at this ballpark.
Into center, Edmonds going back to the wall, leaps, he got it again! Unbelievable play from Edmonds!
Jim Edmonds ended a game in 2004 by robbing Reds catcher Jason LaRue. In a career full of great catches, this may have been tops. The next season, the Cardinals wowed with the bats in Cincinnati. St. Louis put up 7 ninth-inning runs, including 6 with 2 outs on May 2nd, 2005. It was the largest ninth-inning comeback in club history, and John Mabry put the exclamation point on it.
Grizzolonic's ball to first.
First pitch to Mabry, into deep center field. That's got a chance. It's gone! Mabry has done it! Look at that pitch! They're going wild down there!
The Great American Ballpark sits on 29 acres in downtown Cincinnati and seats 42,271. It plays small, which means no game is ever too far out of reach. Outfield smokestacks make it look like a steamboat is cruising between the foul poles, paying homage to Cincinnati's legacy as a bustling port city on the Ohio River. Toothbrush light stands keep the view clear for those in the grandstand behind home plate, offering sweeping views of the neighboring Kentucky countryside.
Now, if you want to get out on the road with the Cardinals, the best way to do that is through a Cardinals vacation. Find out where we're headed this year at cardinals.com/vacations. On the road in Cincinnati, Ohio with Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McClellan.
And still to come, look back on when Waino threw a Maddox. That's when we return.
No place takes you in depth with the Cardinals like our YouTube channel. Get to know the players, come along for one-of-a-kind experiences, and hang out with personalities from across Cardinals Nation. Plus, we capture the days and moments that make Cardinals baseball so special. Just search St. Louis Cardinals on YouTube and be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. St. Louis Cardinals Baseball.
Adam Wainwright grew up an Atlanta Braves fan idolizing Greg Maddux. A shutout in less than 100 pitches is referred to as a Maddux, and throwing one meant a whole lot to Waino. Let's look back on when he accomplished the feat.
2 outs in the ninth. Wainwright trying to go for the shutout against Hoy Park, and he bounds one off Wainwright's glove right to the second baseman Edmond, and scooped up by Goldschmidt, and that's the ball game.
Adam Wainwright, the 39-year-old, hugs his 39-year-old battery mate.
Adam Wainwright with an old-fashioned gem tonight, a 2-hit shutout.
Former Cardinal Ryan Kurosaki was the first American-born Major League Baseball player of 100% Asian heritage. He came to Busch Stadium earlier this year and spoke with Todd Thomas about his role.
Please welcome back to St. Louis, Cardinals pitcher Ryan Kurosaki.
I grew up in Hawaii. I was there, graduated high school, and got a scholarship to the University of Nebraska. Spent 3 years there and signed with the Cardinals as a free agent. As a kid, you grow up just playing baseball, enjoying it, trying to get the batter out, and you know, you just keep focusing on that, and that was my main focus throughout high school, college, you know, and baseball. You know, it's incredible what the game has become. You know, it's an international game. They are kids all over the world now looking at us playing baseball like I did 50 years ago. You know, and it just kind of, I think, inspiring. They work hard. They're really good athletes. You know, you see a quality of athletes that are on the field now, and it's incredible. It's a great game.
When we return, I'm answering one of your questions. It's Ask Ozzie, and it's up next. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzie. David in Bloomington, Illinois asks, what moment from your post-playing career stands out? Well, I think as most people know, I took up the game of golf after I retired in 1996, and that has become my outlet. But I had the pleasure of playing in a foursome that included Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus. And that, to this point, has been the highlight of my post-playing days. Having the opportunity to play and watch those guys at their age still be able to get the ball around and have an idea of where their ball is going, it was amazing. And I tried to learn as much as I possibly could from the both of them. Of course, they have a lot more experience than I do, you know, so we played pretty well. Coach Berube was Tom Watson's partner, and I was Jack's partner, so we both made a lot of money for charity, which it was all about, so we had a great time on the course. Thanks for the question, David. If you want to submit a question, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click the Ask Ozzie tab. But for now, don't go anywhere. There's more Cardinals Insider after the break.
All right, everyone. We need some Cardinal theme ticket ideas. We need them fast.
Don't we already have the best theme tickets?
Like teacher's night and college night.
A racing night?
It's all on cardinals.com/theme.
This whole meeting could have been a letter.
Each Major League clubhouse provides food to the players. Many visiting ballparks even offer items unique to their city. Here's which ones the Cardinals enjoy most.
Ooh, those tacos that we get. I think down in San Diego, they make those tacos those are pretty money.
The tacos in San Diego.
I know, San Diego, the tacos are money.
Tacos de carne asada in San Diego.
My favorite clubhouse Food-wise is probably Atlanta. They do a great job there. They have I think he's, I can't remember what heritage he is. I think he's Filipino. So he makes some really good Islander food, good Asian style food, and I love all the stuff they get there.
If I had to pick one, I would say in Miami, they have the Cuban coffee there. That's my go-to down there. It's like I get a full cup, and then I'm like, uh-oh.
Philadelphia has Philly cheesesteaks, but on day games we have a good biscuit and gravy at home, so that's always my favorite.
Our chefs do a really nice job. The sea bass that they cook is very, very good. I always look forward to that day.
I'm a big fan of sea bass. That's like when the sea bass is out, I'm going for it.
For breakfast, they make the best waffles.
I think it's got to be the waffles. Probably the breakfast waffles.
You know, day games, they try to make them maybe just for me. I put in that special request.
I was just talking about this. The turkey they make here, so good. A lot of turkey's dry. This turkey's not. So I feel like when you can really master a turkey, it's pretty impressive.
There's this dessert, I forget what it's called, but it's like white, it almost looks like a brownie. Is it like a St. Louis thing? Yeah, I think it's a butter cake. Buttercake's the best thing.
That's it for this episode. You can always catch us online at cardinals.com/insider or watch full episodes on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you right back here next week.